Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. Today's video I have been waited to do probably since I first started watching YouTube videos. I am going to be talking about my college decision and my college application process. Before the video starts, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and now let's get to the video. Okay, so I do want to say that if you guys want to skip to my college decision and the colleges I applied to and all that, I will leave the timestamp down below. But now I am going to talk a little bit about my application process. I started my application process junior year of high school. I went to a college fair. My high school actually recommended for us to go. I went there and it really opened my eyes to a lot of colleges that I never even heard of before. I met around 20 representatives from 20 different colleges. I suggest going to college fairs. I went to that one, and then my school had one for the whole junior class to go to. And it was basically around the same colleges, and at that point I had already narrowed down 10 or 13 colleges that I was interested in, and I went to go visit. Now, visit it is a really important step, I want to say. It helped so much because of the fact that when I stepped onto the campus, I could tell if this was the school for me or if this wasn't. I really knew if, yes, I'm gonna apply. No, I'm not gonna apply. It's not even considered anymore. So I highly suggest go to see the school. Now, after I went to go visit, like I said, I knew immediately the schools I wanted to apply to, the schools I didn't. The next biggest thing that I want to say for me personally was the SAT score or ACT score, whichever one you prefer. The ACT is different from the SAT because on the SAT there's no real science or history sections on it, and the ACT you have a much shorter time frame to take it compared to the SAT. I personally thought I was going to like the ACT better because of the science section compared to the SAT. However, you have a shorter amount of time to do the multiple choice, which I struggled with a little bit. I mean, I finished all the questions, but a lot of them I did have to guess because I was running out of time. Whereas the SAT, I had much more time. I had time to actually check over my answers. So I took the ACT my junior year, and then I took the SAT 3 times. So I took it more than once, and my score did increase, which I was very happy with. I'm not saying that for you guys that you need to take it 3 times. I just suggest take it at least more than once. I don't feel comfortable sharing my scores from my test. However, I do want to say that I think that the score I did was average. It was an average score. The next thing that I think was really crucial for my application process was the essay. So over the summer, 2 English teachers from my school offered to do private essay writing course, I guess you would say, with you for a price. It would be over the summer. I think it was like for 5 sessions. So I did that. I really found that so helpful because you have 2 English teachers who know what colleges are going to look for helping you on your essay, which is so helpful. We had it all finished by the time summer was over. I was so relieved because when we got back to school for senior year, first 2 weeks of school were spent on doing our college essays, and I had already had mine done. I had a lot of friends who were worried over their college essay. So I was really happy that I had my essay already done with, and I could focus on making sure that the rest of my application is finished and completed. After that was all done, I had a good idea of which schools that I was gonna apply to. Out of those 12 schools that I visited, I only applied to 5 of them. That's okay because you're not gonna love every school. You may have a school that is in the back of your mind, but you go there and you realize it's not the school for you, but it's not the end of the world. Because honestly, the school that I am enrolled in is so surprising because I did not want to go there at all. It's crazy to think about it now, but it's the truth. I fell in love with the school that I hated probably all my life up until this year, but I guess everything happens for a reason. Those 5 schools, I started my application right when the Common App opens, and I believe that the Common App opens on August 1st. If you don't know what the Common App is, the Common App is basically a site where you do all of your applications in like one sit-in. It was basically you fill it out once, and then for each school they might ask you some different questions. Out of those 5 schools, only 4 of them were on the Common App. One of them was a separate application, which wasn't hard either. It was basically the same type of application, same questions almost, and again the essay was kind of the same question, so I just applied it to it. I want to say that personally my application process was fairly easy. I didn't feel like I was stressed over it, and I know it varies from person to person. I'm not saying that you are gonna have the same experience as I am because we are different people, but I felt that my application process wasn't as hard as people were saying it was going to be. So now I'm gonna tell you about the colleges I applied to and if I got in or not. I'm going to be telling you guys in the order that I found out if I got accepted or denied. The first college that I got accepted to was the College of St. Rose. So the College of St. Rose is about 3 hours away from me, and I did like it. It's a small school for me. I didn't know if I wanted a small school or a large school for a long time. At first I said I wanted a small school because a large school intimidated me, because I've never been to a school that had so many kids. I never went to this big school with like over 1,000 kids like per class, so I was kind of adamant on going to a small to medium-sized school and not a large school. I love the feeling that I got there. Everyone was so nice, so welcoming. That was the first school I heard from, and I did get accepted to it. I was very excited because it is your first acceptance. You get very excited over it. The next school that I heard from was Rowan University. Rowan University is a college in New Jersey, so I heard of it. Didn't know much about the college, but I knew the name of it. I immediately felt at home on the campus. I can't even explain the feeling. It was just like kind of overwhelming because everyone was so nice. It felt like a community there. It's a complete college town when you're there. So the school was located in Glassboro, I believe, which is I think south or north. I don't know. One of those directions. So I want to say that I did get accepted to Rowan. I was so happy about. The next school I applied to was Quinnipiac University. Quinnipiac University is a school in Connecticut. This was honestly my #1 school ever since I met the representative at the college fair. And the reason why I think I fell so in love with it was because it had the major that I wanted to be in so badly, which is the entry-level master physician assistant. And basically what that means is that after 4 years of study, like health sciences, I guess, you would have an automatic acceptance to the physician assistant major after you complete 4 years and then move on for 2 more years. So that's, I think, what really sold me. When I went to the campus, it was very nice and I was in love with it. However, I thought about it more as I was applying. It was my very first school that I actually had to put an application in, which my deadline was October 15th because I wanted to get into that program so badly. And so that was my very first one, and then after I did it, I started thinking about it more, and the tuition is like over $60,000 a year, which I don't know how anyone could actually afford that much. And I just started thinking, like, I don't know if Quinnipiac is the place I want to be, because when I went on campus, you could just see that they had no diversity at all. I am not trying to bash Quinnipiac or anything, but I knew in my heart that I knew I wanted a place where it's diverse. There's a community aspect to it. Student life is thriving. And I just, over time, didn't feel like Quinnipiac had all that. And it took me a lot of time. And I know that there's this YouTuber, Kayla Marie. I've been watching her for a little bit, and she actually just put out a video saying that she is transferring to Penn State. She basically did not like student life there. She didn't like that there was no diversity, and I think that really opens my eyes more about Quinnipiac. It kind of fell off for me on my list, but I still applied, was still waited. Like I said before, I was trying to get into the entry-level master physician assistant. I unfortunately did not get in. They were giving me the option to withdraw my application or put it through to a different major. And at that time, I already knew that Quinnipiac University was not the school that I was going to attend anymore. However, I paid the application fee, and so I just said, yeah, go ahead. So I applied for Health Science Studies, which is in the School of Health Sciences. So I did get in. At that point, I was like, okay, I'm not going to Quinnipiac. I still got into that. I think if I did get into the physician assistant major, I would have thought more about where I was going to go. But unfortunately, I did not. I was upset, but I wasn't too upset. I was going through a lot of emotions. I think the college that I'm going to love, and I'm never going to regret. So that's about Quinnipiac. On to the next college. The next college I applied to was Rutgers University. Rutgers University has 3 different places, so Rutgers New Brunswick, Rutgers Camden, and Rutgers Newark. And I applied to Rutgers New Brunswick. When you do your application, you could actually apply up to 3 different schools within them. I could have applied to all 3 of them, so I could have applied to New Brunswick, Camden, or Newark. I decided to apply just to New Brunswick, but within New Brunswick, they have a lot of different schools that you can apply to. So I applied to the School of Arts and Science, the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences, and then School of Nursing. Now, originally I was just gonna apply to the School of Arts and Science. Then they kept sending me emails that I could add 2 more schools. So I just did it because why not? You know, if I don't get into the Arts of Science, I can maybe get into School of Environmental and Biological Sciences. I could have applied to any of them, like business, School of Pharmacy. I remember it was the day that we were going on break, and I had decided not to go to school that day. So I was with my mom, we were in Costco, and I was like, I'm just going to check my email, see. So I was basically checking my phone every day to hear from my colleges. So I checked my phone, and I see that there's an email from them. I was freaked out because I had no Wi-Fi in the store. I didn't know what to do. It wasn't loaded in my email. So then, because it wasn't loaded, I tried going onto my status portal, and I saw I had been admitted to the School of Arts and Science and the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences. So I was so happy, and I didn't know from the School of Nursing, but that was okay. And I just found out about the School of Nursing a couple of days ago, and I did not get in, but I didn't really want to go for that. It was just because they said I could apply up to 2 more schools. So they sent us an email and it said congratulations. I was so happy, and yeah. The last and final school that I heard from was Felician University. Now, again, I'm not going to bash Felician University, but I'm going to tell you my honest opinion about it. Felician University is not one of my top schools, definitely. I mainly applied there because I knew I could get in. I met with my counselor one day at school, and he was telling me to look at Felician, and so I said, okay. I did. I signed up for a tour, and I got there, and I just did not like it. So, not started off good. I met with like the vice president of admissions, and he was asking me about my SAT scores. I didn't take my SAT yet, but I had taken the PSAT, which is like the practice SAT, and my score was like definitely lower than average. And so I just told him that story, and he was like, oh yeah, you should get in. And I was like looking at him like, oh no. I'm not saying that they don't have a good education there, but I was like, this is not the school for me. But I went there, and I think the reason why I applied there was because they had a major called pre-physician assistant, which is basically means you would do 3 years at Felician University, and then you would go to Rutgers University for like the next 4 years, I want to say. So it was like 7 years altogether, and I think that was the reason why I applied there. They were the last school I heard from. I did get into Felician University, so the school that I will be attended in the fall of 2019 is Rutgers University, New Brunswick. I am so excited to say that. I have so much Rutgers stuff. It is insane. I have this Rutgers pillow. I have it on my bed 24/7. I have Rutgers clothes. I have Rutgers stickers. I have a magnet on the back of my car. I'm just so excited for this new journey in my life. I'm already in so many different group chats from kids who are thinking about going to Rutgers, who are committed to going to Rutgers, and I can't wait. They all seem so nice. I feel like we're already like best friends. I can't wait to meet them. So I just can't wait for the fall. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a lot more college videos in the future, so you want to stick around for that. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, they'll be in the description down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!